Good morning, everyone. Worldly pleasure. Worldly pleasure bring like things, whatever you accommodate, whatever you collect, the materialistic things, the materialistic possession, whatever you feel like that it makes me happy. Yeah, when you are living in this worldly world and when you initiate your life within bicycle and you have so much so desires and your desires keep on enhancing, it is getting a kind of the enhancement that your heart filled with that. Why I shouldn't have all the luxurious item with my domain, and wherever I'm sustaining whatever position I am having, how to do it. So, gradually, when you put hard work, your efforts, so many things it's been done by you since your childhood, then it keeps on growing gradually. Your developments grows gradually actually. But many a times it appears you like a movie. So don't be so much so in hurry about that, because if you are in hurry you have to take shortcut, and these shortcuts are going to put you in trouble, because for taking a shortcut you take a wrong step, you take wrong direction, you take wrong ways to move forward, and with these wrong ways troubles come, difficulties come in your life, because whenever you are going to take shortcut of becoming a rich person, of becoming a wealthy person, or becoming a victorious in your life, it does not mean anywhere that you have to harm others, because for that you have to take bribe, you have to choose wrong path, you have to go on the wrong direction, and for that you have to sell your honesty, and with selling your honesty you are compromising with your ethics, with your moral values, whatever you are having, and with the compromising with that moral and ethical values you are losing yourself actually, you are losing your saki, and with the loss of your sake, you keep on repenting within yourself. You don't show to the world, but you are filled with the guilt, the penance, with the remorse, and after that, you want to get rid of that. How I overcome whatever the crime, you feel guilty about that whatever crime and whatever misdeeds I have done in my life, how to overcome for that, and a little bit renunciation, and a kind of the path where you look for the salvation, and after looking that you feel like that there's nothing remain in this world, and for that salvation, for looking towards the path of God, you think that I should do charity and I should do some good work, so my bad deeds would vanish automatically by these good and celestial and this pious journey of my life. But people forget that whatever you did, you don't take drastic step to change it actually, because whatever is done is done, you can't reform that. But yeah, you can take cognizance of your next step, next action, whatever the next step you are going to do, whatever the next deed, whatever you are going to do, whatever the action further you are going to take, your next action will decide your new karmas, bringing the new fruitful result. But whatever you have already done, that you have to face the result of that, whether it is good or bad karmas actually. And when the result of that bad karmas come, we have to face it actually. We can't refrain ourselves, we can't abstain ourselves to face these tragic situations in our life, because we want to save ourselves from the consequences whatever bad we have done in our life, whether in the childhood, if you knowingly or unknowingly you killed some species, and after that you have a mindset that I was child, I was innocent, and I don't have so much so understanding uh, to understand the things that what my karmas are, whether I'm doing good, whether I'm doing bad, and it is justifiable or not. But after growing enough, we justify ourselves, that is there. And after this justification, we keep on judging ourselves that due to our childhood and due to our innocence we did it by mistake. But when we face our karmas, then many times we recall, and we recall our past, whatever we did. I'm not talking about the past birth, I'm talking about this birth, because the bad karmas you are even did in your childhood, whether you did it knowingly or whether you are just doing it unknowingly, it does not matter anywhere, but karmas bring result. That is the universal law of the universal existence. That is the universal law system prevails actually, but we don't understand. As a law system have been made to punish the guilty whatever the crime they have done, and the judgment is being delivered by the judge. So the judgment is always delivered by the supreme power as well, whether the crime is being get noticed or it is seem worthy to others or not, it does not matter, but the supreme power is watching everything, that is there, and we need to understand that. But we do not get, or we do not understand that the crime and the things whatever we committed, that it is seem worthy to the supreme power, to the spiritual power, to the universal existence, whosoever it is, because we believe in that, whether it is dullness and non-dullness, and there is a divine power, there is a divine abode and divine energy which is existing, and it is having existence, and it is delivering justice and judgment towards us. Because see, we can see universal truth that God is as much as harder as it is softer. Because when there is a thunderbolt, when there is any natural calamity, then we see the God is how hard it is when it is going to destroy everything, when He is going to diminish everything, when He has become a destroyer. On the other hand, we are watching that God is so much so delicate as a flower. It is having fragrance and making us delighted whenever we move forward in any garden and in any of the place which belong to nature. It always provide a breath of happiness, a breathe where we can peacefully breathe, and we have an our existence and understanding of the universal existence. So we are getting that God is an natural creator as well as destroyer, because nothing would remain the same. If you see a plant, it it just grown from a seed, and it grows gradually, and as it keeps on growing, it keeps on changing its phases. So that's what we are. We as a human being, our soul might not be changed since our childhood. What pervades it is that God pervades everywhere. It pervades its existence everywhere, and our growth since childhood. We keeps on growing from a child to an adult, and then we become a young person, and then we have grown enough become an old person. So these are the phases of our life, and we keeps on growing. But in that existence, our soul remain the same. But we don't understand. We realize that we keeps on growing, we are getting old now, its time has come that we have to die one day. And after spending so much time of our life, this realization comes to us, and then after we repent that we even don't realize what was our purpose to take birth here, why we have wasted so years in our life only for earning and accommodating so much things in our life, making land, building construction, or building a property for ourselves, for our family members, feeding them, fulfilling all the requirements. Whether this was the purpose or growth of a soul or growth of an individual development at an individual level, what lesson we need to learn actually? If we view and visualize the things from two perspectives, because every person can't become a monk, that is there. Because if every person become a monk and he or she is not going to spend a family life, then how we bring our next generation, next offsprings on this planet, and what we are going to give to our next generation for the people who are already existing actually. So this is a kind of the development that comes gradually, and we need to understand this. We can live in a family like a sun, as the lotus sustain itself in a pond on the surface of the water without getting wet, and we need to understand this. So like that, we have to sustain in a family without getting wet, and without get a kind of the disturbance from our outer world, whatever we are surrounded with actually. And without getting disturbed, we keep on performing our duties, keep on chanting mantras, and keep on always remembering the God existence, the universal existence. With these synthetic thoughts, I would like to wind up my affairs here. Thank you. Thanks a lot.